just talk about the offensive line and what that looked like in the first half. It just seemed like you were running through some large holes and taking advantage of the moment.
Yeah, really looking at our week of preparation, they have the hardest job because they got to continue every day and they got to push another man every day. They got to fight every day and they don't get a playoff here and there. They got to practice hard every single day, and that's what this group is doing, and that's what we're seeing now. I think they're doing an amazing job blocking, especially with the tight ends and receivers on the perimeter as well. It's everybody really buying in to dominating the line of scrimmage, and you guys saw that today.
Cody, Coach keeps telling us every week that you're hurt, and you keep kind of putting up more. I mean, can you explain to us what you go through the week to get ready for game day, and then just not notice it once you go out there?
Yeah, I think once you get out there, I think first off, I got to shout out our training staff. I mean, I've been in here 12 hours a day, every single day, and these guys are staying after hours to make sure, put extra work on my body, help me out. So we have one of the best training staffs in the country, I believe, and getting you ready to play. So yeah, they did an amazing job. But yeah, I think for me, it's been more mentally hard than it is physically, because it's every day you're in here 12 hours and you got to go out to practice and you just are continually trying to get your body right, especially with the lingering injury I've had. So yeah, just a huge shout out to them, but yeah, it's definitely more mentally draining than it is physically.
Cody, with that quad injury, what exactly does it, I guess, limit you from doing maybe on the day-to-day, and then once you're trying to practice and play and stuff like that?
Yeah, I think it just really limits me running during the week, and I just trying to do a better job at maintaining my body, especially when you're starting to get more and more carries. I think just trying to figure out ways to take care of your body is extremely important, especially as we get later on in the season. We're definitely excited we got a bye week.
Cody, I know you've done a lot of interviews over the years, so you might have not asked this in the past, but what fuels you to run so hard?
Yeah, I think for me individually, it's proving myself right. I've believed in myself throughout my entire football career, and I feel like besides my family and friends, everybody's kind of counted me out. So every time I touch the ball, I got to make the best opportunity that I get with the ball each time, just to continually proving myself right that I do belong here, because I do belong in the SEC. I do belong as one of the best running backs in the country.
Cody, you mentioned the offensive line. We know it's a 1 week at a time philosophy, and yet today you set new personal career highs at Mizzou for rushing yards and carries. How much can you relish some of these things, at least right now in this moment?
Yeah, definitely, like I always say, man, I give myself 24 hours just to kind of soak it in, take it in. And I think the special moments are after the game, when family and friends are sitting there waiting for you. You get to go talk with them. They get to hug and love on you after games. But, yeah, the O-line's doing an excellent job. And when you're playing behind vets like Xavier Delgado and Javon Foster and studs like Cameron Johnson and Connor Tolleson and Armand Mimbu, when you got those guys leading the team and also leading that room, and they buy in and they trust me with the ball in my hands. So just extremely special for us as a group right now.
Cody, did you say 12 hours a day?
Yeah.
Can you just elaborate a little bit on that? I mean, what's being done?
Yeah, so I get here usually about 7:30, 8 o'clock, and practice usually doesn't get over until 6:37, and then you get another hour of treatment. So it's just continual treatment, cold tubs, different massages, anything I can do that can try to get my injury better. It's kind of what I've been doing.
Cody, go ahead.
Obviously, the passing game has kind of been the talk of the offense for much of the season, but when you guys can put up over 200 yards rushing, how much pride do you take in knowing that this offense can be led by the rushing game?
Yeah, I think definitely, especially like with the O-line and they're in the running back room. We pride ourselves on dominating the line of scrimmage. We want to run the football, and we believe in that. That's why we play at the positions that we play. But when you got a high-powered offense, you got a quarterback playing at the level Brady's playing, and the receivers that we got with Luther Bird and Theo Weiss and Mookie, and you got those guys on the perimeter. Hopefully we just continually keep building and building and building, so then we can play a complete game and hopefully put teams out earlier.
How close to your best have we seen out of this team this year?
Not even close.
Cody, any thoughts on just being out there in the same field as another former D2 player, running back Mario Anderson at South Carolina?
Yeah, we got to share a special moment, just kind of talking about how, a lot of people don't understand what we had to go through to get here. You see on the TV and you get to see kind of the results of the work that we put in, but coming where we came from in Division II, everybody counting us out. Hopefully, what we were kind of talking about is that, hopefully we're encouraging and inspiring kids that don't get these opportunities to just bet on themselves, put the work in, and you can go to a D2 school, be successful, and then hopefully make an impact at a SEC program or any Division I school.
Cody, 8 straight games, 12 count. How excited are you for a week of football game?
Yeah, I'm so excited. I love the game of football, but I think we've had 12 consecutive weeks since fall camp, so I know we're definitely going to enjoy this bye week.
Cody, you ran the ball 18 times on first down. Can you kind of tell us how important it is to get ahead of the chains on first down and how that helped you guys go 7 for 13 on third downs today?
Yeah, I think anytime that you can run the ball early downs is critical and important because hopefully you can get guys starting to get their eyes in the backfield and now open up passing lanes for us. So that's something definitely that we want to continue growing and get better at.
The offense only put up 3 points in the second half, and
Yeah.
so what did it feel like when you were able to push through there, get in the end zone, and kind of put the stamp on the game, really?
Yeah, that's something that we definitely got to go back and correct and get that fixed, and I know this team will, and I know this offense will, because by our standards, that's not good enough. We need to continually to score and put teams away early when we have such a lead, and our defense is playing so well. But yeah, getting to just, at the end of the game, put something away, it's just kind of like cherry on top for the whole offense.
Cody, what areas do you think need to be improved there in order to put teams away earlier in the game?
Yeah, I don't know what our third down execution was. Haven't talked to any coaches or anything yet, but that's always been a huge thing for us. We still had some penalties, so we got to get those things cleaned up and just continually just to push the ball down the field, run the ball effectively, and just be the offense that we know we are.
Cody, how does Brady, as a runner, really allow for you to develop more lanes in the running game when he is such a dangerous threat himself?
Yeah, I think it's also huge because then it allows me to block for him as well. So it gets an extra guy to fit up and block for him, and he knows how to run. And, we saw that last year, and as he's getting healthier and healthier, we're starting to see his legs play a more role in the game. And yeah, so it's definitely huge for us.
Do you enjoy blocking?
Yeah, love it.
Cody, towards the end of these games, we've kind of seen you be somewhat of a closer with long runs that either put you in a position to win or put you in a position to kind of, distance the game or whatever. Do you kind of embrace that role? Is there something around the fact that at the end of the game you're getting the ball to close the game?
Yeah, I think that's something I've always prided myself in throughout my entire football career because, I've never been the fastest guy. I've never been, whatever the quote of a great athlete is, So being able just to put my, go get vertical is something I've always prided in, and I've always prided myself as outlasting teams in the fourth quarter because that's where games are won, especially in this league, and that's something I've learned. So yeah, just making sure that I'm fresh and make sure I'm ready to go and I can outstand, my opponent in the fourth quarter.
Cody, I know the blocking was pretty great all day, but on the first touchdown, the 10-yard run, Brady turned to the sideline and celebrated almost as soon as he gave you the ball. Can you just describe what you saw with the way that hole opened up?
Yeah, we knew that if I was in Q, I was going to get a better look to be downhill and make a two-way go. And I saw an open B gap from the get-go, so I was like, if I can press my defenders this way, boom, help the O-line, I'll make sure they have better leverage on their blocks, I can make that cutback, and that's kind of exactly how it worked out.
Did you kind of know as soon as you hit the line that?
Yeah, I kind of saw it right away, but, as a running back, you don't want to just hit it straight downhill. You got to bring those linebackers down so, the O-line can collect them, and then you make that cut.
Do you feel like, you ran the ball so many times in your life now?
Yeah.
Like as soon as you get it, you can see the play happening. Do you that like a wise feeling?
Yeah, like the game slowing down a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of what happened to me last year was that the game speed was a lot faster than Division II football. So it took me a long time to kind of get that feeling. And now this year, when you get to go up against our defense every day in fall camp and in practice, the game starts to slow down because they're playing so fast. So now the game speed is starting to slow down for me, and that's like the best feeling for a player.
Cody, do you know offhand the most carries you've ever had in the game?
Maybe high school. I definitely carried it 50-plus times in high school. At Truman State, I think my highest maybe was 39, 40 carries. So yeah, definitely always been a workhorse.
Anything else for Cody?
Appreciate you guys.
Thank you.